Hi, I'm Annika Johnson from Al Johnson's in Sister Bay. I hope you enjoy my new video series called Door County Girl. These are stories of my life, the people and places that I love, and of course how we all survive here in northern Wisconsin. You can come back as often as you like, but don't forget to subscribe to Al's YouTube channel. I'll be posting lots of really cool new videos. So let's go! Welcome to another episode of Door County Girl, and I am back as usual with my brother.
Jag heter Rolf.
Yeah, han heter Rolf. Jag heter Annika. Our Swedish cousins must just get a kick out of our Swedish.
It's not even close, they're probably saying.
Hej på dig alla kusin.
Yeah, I stop right there.
Okay, what are we making today? I'm so excited.
You know, we're going to make a mustard sauce.
And you know that I love mustard.
Well, I hope you like this one. This is a twist on regular mustard. You know, we're having a hard time getting Swedish mustard in the States as of lately, especially slots and things like that. You can't find it in the grocery stores. We usually carry it at Al's.
Stuck on the cargo ships.
Yeah, maybe it's run aground. I'm not sure what the deal is. So, this is a Finnish, as in Finland, sweet mustard. So we're sticking with the Scandinavian countries, okay? Okay. And this one here calls for very simple ingredients. We got some dry mustard. This is a Coleman's brand. We have some, it calls for super fine sugar, but we're going to use some powdered sugar. It'll work just as well. And we got some cream here and some vegetable oils seasoned with a little bit of cider vinegar. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pour this mustard in here.
Where does mustard come from? A plant?
A plant. And
little seeds, and then you grind them
seeds. Up? Yep. Did you ever, and then we got that awful thing in up here with that, was that mustard weed or whatever it's growing?
Oh, that's supposed to be the invasive species?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought that was the same thing, but I guess
it's not. You can't use that.
I don't think so. So what we're trying to do is incorporate these two together here, and I'm using the back of the spoon.
Okay, and why? Because you want to.
I want to kind of crush the. Remember, sometimes you ever remember if you made kokomoja.
Yeah,
and then you dip that spoon in there with chocolate, and all of a sudden you pull it out, and you just got like a skin of liquid over it.
Yeah.
And then there's that healthy choice of sugary cocoa in there.
Kokomoja is something my mom called, and she would just give us like whipped cream with some hot chocolate in it. We could just sit
and it
there.
Wasn't whipped cream though. It was heavy whipping cream in a large mug, and then she would take Carnations or Nestle's or what was the other one, Ovaltine, and you'd pour like 4 or 5 heaping tablespoons of that in there, and then you just take your spoon, just mash it and eat it.
And you just keep stirring it and stirring it and stirring it, and it's like a paste. And we would sit and eat it, and it was called kokomoja. Is there even such a word?
You know, I've asked other Swedes, and they said they've not heard of this stuff. I introduced it to Jesper, of course, when he was little, and he still eats it to this day.
Well, when Rolf and I were little enough to still take baths together, my mom would give us a pile of shaving cream, and this was my corner because I was in the deep end because Rolf couldn't swim, and Rolf was on the shallow end, and my mom would give us a pile of my dad's shaving cream, and we would make our own kokomoja.
Yeah.
She'd give us all the little bowls and the spoons.
Yep.
And we would fight, we'd steal each other's shaving cream.
I remember it well.
The things that we do, right?
Yeah. All right, so I don't see any more pockets of mustard in there. You know what would work well with this too is a mortar and pestle. You could use that too.
Oh yeah, I like those
But
things.
for what we're doing here, that should be adequate here. Now the secret really is though to break everything up. I see a couple things of powdered sugar in there.
Yeah, and I think they talked about you could even use a finer sugar if you wanted.
You know, that's what I was saying. We could use a super fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or for those of you who don't want like the real sugar, maybe stevia is kind of
yeah, you could try that. Experiment
kind of
with it. So we got a burner on here. It's on low. Okay. So we're going to add this right to it as it is dry. And we're going to add the cream to it right away.
really smell it yet. Is it supposed to smell like mustard?
Well, I smell
Or is it the vinegar that makes it
the
smell?
sweetness right now is what I smell. The smell of it. So we're gonna turn the heat up a little bit, and then we're gonna add the cream. But we're just gonna add
Is that heavy cream or just regular cream?
heavy cream,
Heavy
and we're
cream.
just gonna add a little bit at a time.
You're making a mess.
I see I overflowed there. We don't want to burn anything on the griddle. Do me a favor and just add a little dollop.
Tell me when.
That's good. See, it's turning that beautiful mustard
yeah.
color. Add a little bit more.
Looking mustard colored.
That's enough.
I used to think that French's yellow mustard was the best mustard on the planet.
Until you've
With
experienced.
Oscar Mayer bologna and white bread with butter. There's nothing better. Or a hot dog with the yellow mustard on, and only that.
Okay, a little more.
But now with all these other mustards.
Remember when Dad would bring home those packs of Oscar Mayer bologna?
Yeah.
Then there was that other weird one, like hard salami. And it
Yeah,
had
but that was summer sausage.
No, it was in the thin packs, though. Just like, and it always had that goofy-looking seed or something.
I
in
didn't
there.
like that
Oh, it was
seed.
like really spicy
If
and
you
hot.
got the seed, it was a big black pepper seed. That's really creamy. That looks a lot like
See,
mustard now.
you could use a whisk, but I'm using this because I'd like to flatten it out some
Well,
more.
I thought this was a head thing where you go. But I was told that these are
if you
really
use
good
it-
for corners. See how it's sizzling in your corner there?
But you know what my favorite whisk is? The one that Mom has in her kitchen drawer. I left you one at your house last time I stayed there.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that thing?
Yeah, I did see that.
I bought 2 of those. Remember, it's kind of that. It's like a spoon whisk.
Well, Rolf sometimes stays at my house and he gets mad because there's never any food there, so he brings his own
I have my own
utensils.
cupboard in her house
And
where I put everything in there. She just informed me, though, she ate half my stuff I had in there.
Not really half, just the 98-cent spaghetti package you had up there. I left you the paste.
That's
I don't use the paste.
that's my bug out food.
Because he sometimes watches my dog when I'm gone. Even though I don't have internet, he loves it out there.
Nice. It's Annika calls it Coyote Land,
It's coyote land for
but
sure.
it's beautiful out there.
Yeah.
All right, so let's throw a little more cream in there.
It's not the nicest house in the world, but
I think it is the
it's
nicest house in
doable.
the world.
It's doable.
Old farmhouse, nothing better.
I'm putting a new roof on it because I had to walk around the house this morning and spray that white. What is that stuff called? That I always spray on the ceiling tiles.
Oh, I don't know what it, oh, I know it's like a
It's
cover
like
up.
white spray plastic, and this morning I had to go around in my bedroom and spray all the little drips that were coming down. That guy does an infomercial on TV.
You know what I
think?
think? You know what I think? Is it like the stuff that doesn't? Oh, when a guy that floats the boat and stuff like that, fills every
Yeah,
holes in the gutters.
yeah.
Oh, that stuff.
But it's white, and it's when you spray it, it's
Flexi-Seal or something like that.
Flexi-Seal spray. But you know what I noticed? Now it's all over Jolene's blanket on the bed because,
Oh.
of course, it splatters and it gets in your hair. So today I used an umbrella when I was spraying.
Like
So
your
it
own.
wouldn't get, what did it get in my hair?
It's like your own paint booth. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what else is? You might not like it, but I like when the moon is full out by your place.
Oh, yeah.
And my old Saab is sitting out there, Bo's
Oh,
old
it
Saab.
shines.
It's just beautiful.
Hey, listen, I took a picture one time.
Oh.
Bo has a really old white Saab.
It's like a 68 or a 67 Saab 9.3 that's starting to grow into the
sink
ground.
into the dirt.
But he drove it there from Seattle, and
It was in the garage.
that
but
was about 18 years ago, and
he
it's
had
been
to
sitting there
pull
since.
it out of the garage one day and left it in the yard, which now my mom is so mad about. I told her not to come out there and look at it because I said it's perfect for an old farm. It sits right in the middle of the yard. And I took this beautiful picture of a full moon coming up, and it was shining off the car. And our friend Lynn Brunson, who always is our excellent Facebook
Right, commenter, yeah.
Yeah, he has all kinds of knowledge and puts fun things on there. He loved that picture.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just on my phone, which typically doesn't take good night pictures, but if I didn't have that Saab in the yard, it would be mighty sad.
Yeah, and your fire ring is right before that.
Where would the mice live? They would come in my house instead.
Okay, so now it's pretty well smashed up. Now we're trying to get it, we want to get a little bit brown, almost like a roux if you made it brown.
Is it going to get thicker?
It's going to stay thick like this, and then, well, it's a different kind of mustard. It's a sweet mustard, so. But it'll stay thick.
So as you're stirring this and you're talking about it.
I want to try this thing. You didn't use it on your head, did you?
No, I did not.
See how it gets into the corners?
Yeah, that's a really good one. I think you should add that to my house for one of my collections when we stay there. Hey, now, so what would you use this for? You don't put it on like bologna sandwiches.
No, you could. It would be very good with salmon, poached salmon, broiled salmon. Any kind of pork product would be fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I would think that we're going to try it on a little bit of knucklebröd just to get the flavor of it.
Which is my favorite. I
a
love
cheese sandwich, a ham sandwich, roast pork, any type of fish.
Well, anything ham, because ham's always so good with mustard. Don't sometimes people put a ham and then they put on the ham when they're making it, they put mustard all over with those little seeds?
Yep. I told you, remember that when I did that on television, when I cut my hand on live TV?
Yeah, that's right. Rolf cut his hand once and he explained what happened.
Yeah, so.
When he was trying to film an episode on Channel 11 with your friend.
With Rachel.
Cooking with Amy, right?
Amy, cooking with Amy, yes.
Yeah.
Actually, it was kind of fun, but.
Because Rachel Monick used to work at
But what I did, how I hid it, I put a glove over the cut on my hand, so then I could slather the ham with the mustard, and it looked like it was part of the ordeal.
Gross. Needless to say, no blood got in anything.
No.
Rolf's very careful. That looks pretty silky.
We're going to cook it down just a little bit, so.
How come I can't smell it? Oh, no.
So, it's starting to simmer a little bit there.
Finnish. Now, why did you choose the Finnish?
That's the one that came up when I was trying to come up with something Scandinavian, and we already know the mustards, and this one's different because of the sugar content and the cream. So now, if you were good at canning and you like to can things, you could sterilize your glass container, and you could store this for a length of time. As you may or may not know, mustard is supposed to last indefinitely. I've been in that Mount Horeb Mustard Museum outside of Madison.
Which I have not been yet because my son refused to let me go there. He said only nerds go there.
Well, there you have it.
Point.
And supposedly they had a mustard at that time I thought was 160 years old, which was perfectly edible.
And you tried it?
I don't remember if I tried it or not. Maybe it was just on display and they bragged about it, but I think I read somewhere where honey is another item that doesn't go bad.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I was thinking, geez, just about anything in my cupboard doesn't go bad.
Well, that's good, in case I have to break into your little...
What I'm saying is I can look at the date on anything and I'll taste it first. That'll fly. See, it's all kind of went from that amazing blazing
it's like
yellow.
Changing color.
Yeah, so it's more like a brown now.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was saying, so you could store it if you sterilized everything else, but remember we got the cream in here. So this one I don't think would last indefinitely.
Okay.
But this small amount that we're making, if you were to make this at home, it'd probably be just about the right amount where you're going to slather it on stuff and it'll be gone in no time.
Yeah, and most people probably wouldn't even make it just to put it on knäckebröd. They'd probably want it on salmon or a pork roast or something. Yeah.
I think we got a nice color there of brown now.
That's great.
So let's go ahead and add, this is going to be vegetable oil and a little cider vinegar. Ooh, it hit my nostrils. Now as this cools, it's going to thicken as well. So we're going to shut the heat off.
Mrs. Hickey always said, when you're done with something, you should put it away. That I learned in home ec in high school. Handy trick. What about the lemon?
We're going to do that last. Let this cool down a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and keep this from damaging anything. So go ahead and squeeze that in there.
Oh yeah, so I just learned that you don't put the lemon in this way.
Although it looks like it would go in that way.
you put it this way.
Go ahead and, hold on a second here, so I don't melt anything down.
Ready?
Yeah, go ahead and squeeze away.
Ooh, look at that. I just bought a vegetable ricer, you know, like those tilts like this, but you can put vegetables through and...
I bought one of those. You see the one that turns, and it turns like zucchini and carrots into like...
Do you ever use it?
I used it once for carrots that I added to something too, but I don't know. It was okay, I guess. I think it'd be fun if I had a different sauce to put with it. So you can see the color of this. Let's transfer it to this bowl right here.
It's getting close to Easter too, people. So if you make a ham, this would be perfect for the ham because typically people don't have turkey at Easter. They have a ham.
I see you got some little Easter chicks out here as well.
Easter chicks, yes.
So now the mustard is warm, but I'm gonna try a little on this knäckebröd.
Do you usually eat it warm?
Well,
or you have to wait till it cools?
You would let it, it's gonna thicken up as it cools, so.
I'm gonna have some too. This is my favorite knäckebröd, this grainy one. Is it good?
Very good. This and a little piece of cheese on here would be ideal.
You can really taste the mustard now. That's delicious.
There's nothing to it either. How many ingredients? Simple, right? Well, Easter's right around the corner. A good opportunity to give this thing a try.
Sure.
Have it with salmon, pork, ham.
And do you always use apple cider vinegar?
Always, I've always used it.
What if they use regular vinegar? Would it change
You're
the
not going to
flavor
get,
of it?
the apple cider vinegar has that little apple juice taste to it. So.
Yeah. Well, this is tasty. I didn't know that a Swede could make Finnish mustard. Good
Swedes
job,
make
Rolf.
everything.
High five.
Swedes make everything.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us for another episode of Door County Girl, everyone. We were having our little Finnish mustard snack. And don't forget to...
like and subscribe.
Yep. And we'll make a couple more tasty items.
Yep. Catch you next time. Hey-do, everybody.
Hey-do. Got a little more mustard on mine. I got to get to that museum.
Some sharp cheddar cheese would be on here. Good on here, too.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for watching Door County Girl. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.